Hey coaches, this is Mandy Green from Busy Coach and Tutor Collegiate Strategies. I get to talk to dozens of coaches every single week, some of the best coaches in the country, and I hear what's working for them to get kids to come visit campus when they have all these choices, right? Why did they choose their school, right, to visit of all the schools that they could visit? I get to hear things that they're doing on the campus visit to make it an amazing experience, but then also on the back end, how do they get decisions much quicker from these kids, whether it be a yes or even a no? How are they doing this? And so what I want to do in this video is share a few little clips of some things that I'm talking about with my group, Recruiting Made Simple. For this and everything that I do through Busy Coach is trying to help coaches set up better systems for how you're doing things. Think of this in terms of on-campus visits, right? What is the result that we're looking for from your on-campus visit? And with each result, there is a process, right? We're trying to get a kid to campus for a visit. That might be your first outcome that you're looking for. Well, to do that, there are certain things. There's a process. There's a system, right, that you have, and how well your system is set up, right? The results you're getting, right, depend on how well your system is set up. And if you're not getting that ideal result, we got to change something in your system. You know what I'm saying? So what I will talk with you about is, so the result, right? Always start with what is the result you are after for your campus visit. I always was like, I'm either getting a commitment or I want to make sure I don't get eliminated so I can continue to tell my story after they come in and visit, right? So that was my result that I was after. So I want you to think end result, what is before a visit, during a visit, and after a visit. Evaluate your process as I'm talking you through these few key points that I'm going to share in this video. But the thing I want you to do is ask yourself these strategic questions, okay? Before a visit, during a visit, after a visit, what should we start doing, stop doing, continue doing, do more of, do less of? I think coaches, we get going so fast in so many different directions, or we just get comfortable doing things a certain way. If they're not getting you the ideal result, we got to eliminate something. We got to add something. We got to tweak something. We got to change the order. We got to include people, take people away, whatever it is. But really evaluate it from a quality perspective by asking yourself those questions with each aspect of the on-campus visit process. How I want you to map it out, it could be like this. These are a bunch of little micro commitments going from, before the visit, during the visit, after the visit. You could set it up like that. There's another coach that I know that he shared with us at the National Collegiate Recruiting Conference. This was his on-campus visit checklist, right? What's the result? What is the process you have to get yourself there? Do you have that documented and mapped out? Okay, another thing. So before the visit, one thing that I hear a ton from coaches, they ask, well, we're struggling to get kids to come to visit. What should I change? I think one of the things that I'm going to share with you on this video, I share a couple other things with the Recruiting Made Simple group, but one thing I find is coaches are pushing the campus visit too early. Right? Is you're talking about a campus visit in the first even reach out message you send to them, or even on the first phone call. I kind of equate it to the example I use is asking somebody to marry you on the first date, right? It's kind of creepy and it might be too much too soon. With these recruits, coming to visit campus is a big ask. And if they don't know, like, and trust you yet, they don't know who you are, they're not sure if they want to go to school in your location or on your campus, they're going to hard stop. They're going to ghost you. They're not going to keep contacting you. Okay. So think about what could I maybe do ahead of that before I'm asking for a visit so I don't get ghosted. Okay. One example that you could do is an athlete-led virtual tour. Have a couple of your freshmen walk them around campus, showing from the athlete's perspective things that are important to them. What do they like about campus? Why did they choose to go to your school over other schools? Get them to, share a couple key things about the recruit, about their likes, their, the show they're binge watching on Netflix or Apple TV, or their favorite music or whatever. And then share that with your current team. Now they can, oh my gosh, you're binge watching the morning show on Apple TV. So am I. Oh my gosh, and now the recruit is going to feel like, oh, I got some things in common with this team. Interesting. Like, tell me more, right? Maybe I should come see it for myself, right? I mean, there's a little bit more that goes into that, but you see where I'm going with this, right? A lot of coaches say, oh my gosh, if I can just get them to campus, our yield for getting them to commit is pretty high. But if we're getting stuck before you even get them to come to campus, maybe think about doing an athlete-led virtual tour. You notice I didn't say admissions, I didn't say coach, I said athlete. Give your recruits a chance to interact with your team before they come to campus, right? And we know that a big determining factor in where they end up going to school is the team. So if the team does a good job on these things, it can be something that leads to more campus visits. So on the visit, the thing I would say, most coaches, you bore these kids to death by just telling them about your stuff. Like it's kind of a news feed of current events, right? This is what we do when you come to campus. This is all our stuff, right? I love having coaches start with a question. So the example that I used in the Recruiting Made Simple this month is when you're touring, say, your weight room facility, ask them. Don't just get into we lift 3 days a week and we do this, we do that, boring. It's tell me, what's been your experience with lifting? Are you experience with it? You have no experience with it? And then based on their answer, you can respond with, well, when you get here as a freshman, our strength coach is going to this or that. So you're not just newsfeed about your stuff, you're ingraining and you're getting the athlete to picture themselves on your campus, which is way more interesting. It's going to keep them way more engaged. And the plan that you have for them is a lot of time what tips the scale in the recruiting process. So that's on the visit. After the visit, this is an important question. What else do you feel like you need to do before you're ready to make a decision? We want coaches in charge of the timeline, not recruits, coaches. Figure out what they have left to do, right? If they weren't ready to commit on the visit, what else do they have left to do? Are they waiting for financial aid? Are they waiting to go visit other campuses? What is it? And then based on that last thing they say they have to do, can you collaborate with them on a fair but firm time frame as to when they're going to give you an answer? So now on the back end, you are getting better information. You already, this question, they'll tell you what their to-do list is. So you can start, hearing what some of their main determining factors are, or things they still have left to do before they decide. But now you know when they're going to give you an answer. So you're getting answers much sooner than you typically would. Okay. So before a visit, I just went through a couple quick things in each section, but hopefully you get an idea, and hopefully this triggered some thinking and evaluating of how are we currently doing getting kids to visit, creating an amazing experience when they come to campus, and how quickly are we getting decisions after a visit. If any of those three are struggling a little bit, again, hopefully I gave you a couple ideas of things that you could do a little differently. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Coach, you can't keep in your comfort zone and just keep doing things the same old way, right? There's lots of different tweaks and ideas of things you can do. Please reach out to me. Please reach out to anybody at Tutor Collegiate Strategies, and we'd love to help. If you have any interest in diving deeper into month by month, some different things that I'm doing in Recruiting Made Simple, I'll include the link. And again, please subscribe, please share this video so you can stay informed as to when other videos come out, but also so other coaches can see it. Thanks, Coach.